It's Entertainment Schmig.
When it comes to the woman behind the Blackhawks bench, she lives in St. Louis, but she is a Blackhawks fan. Her name is Stephanie. I don't want to give out her last name because she's going to be, I mean,
I've seen the screenshot of her on a million people's Facebook feeds.
Oh, it's her profile picture also.
Oh, it is?
It is. She said, you either kind of like who I am or you hate me. But yeah, she is a Blackhawks fan and apparently in a relationship with a Blues fan. So have fun with that one.
Don't be a hater.
Kelly and Michael, they will see each other today on Live, but apparently they have no plans to see each other before they hit the air.
Aha, that makes for good TV.
Yeah, right?
It really does. And apparently, a lot of people have been feeling sorry for Kelly, like she was blindsided by this news. The two of them don't get along. Now comes the other side of the story. She's the reason that Michael accepted the job at GMA and said, see you later.
But then I saw that there's no truth to that, too. So one person said that's why, and another person said,
listen, it's just going to be really uncomfortable until he leaves. And if she said she's okay with him leaving before September.
They should have him leave before September.
It's tough, though. Because I think a lot of people are going to be watching the two of them.
Yeah. I know. But what I understand about Kelly's side of it is when they say that they didn't like each other, they didn't get along. Kelly was bugged that he was out of that show. Like, he would spend, an hour and a half there? Mm-hmm. And this is her full-time job.
Right.
This is her livelihood.
I understand that.
Well, she should have more gigs like he does then. I mean, that dude works a lot.
Yeah.
I know. I don't understand why he gets hired so often.
He's likable.
He's fine. What, he's not mean, so he's good?
Maybe. I'm just saying that's what the...
Mean is entertaining.
What is he? I think it's being...
Says the mean girl.
But being a former professional athlete, there's connections there. He's good in a group. He's a fine repeater. I don't know.
A fine repeater.
All right, so today, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Let's talk now about Beyonce. Speaking of uncomfortable, I mean, her album Lemonade, everybody's like trying to figure out who Becky is. Now Rita Ora, who signed to Jay-Z's label, they're saying she's Becky.
Does she have good hair?
I guess so.
Really?
I don't know.
Isn't it real bleached?
But it's very funny because James Corden took on Beyonce and tried to do like shot for shot.
His own visual.
Remake.
He's got like cornrows and a fur coat on. I mean, it just shows you how
fast.
Yeah, it just shows you how ridiculous it is when like a woman does it. It's sexy, but then when you see a guy do it, you realize how ridiculous it is that she's like sitting there with this sultry pose. Because when James Corden does it, it's just like, why would anyone do that? Oh, it's great. It's great. Prince died without a will, and now his fortune has come into question over the last couple of days. People are saying he's not worth $300 million, not even close to that, maybe half of that. He was having money issues. He would constantly be firing financial advisors and didn't really have the best people maybe in charge of his money. Not to mention the fact that he didn't want to license his music for anything. It's notoriously not on YouTube, not on different streaming services. So he missed out on all that extra revenue. The only way he was making money was through concerts, and a lot of them were surprise, last minute, kind of like the one that was planned here in St. Louis at the Fox.
Those
like
pop-up shows.
Pop-up shows, and without marketing. Some of them would sell really well. Some of them would not.
Really?
And he'd take a big hit just
can't
because
believe it
was like spur of the moment.
Yeah, right.
Whereas
Last
if
minute.
he had lots of marketing and promotions behind it, he could sell out all these shows, and he probably, would get if he got a percentage of the tickets. If you don't sell out the whole thing, you're not making that much money. So pretty interesting. But since he was not married, his parents have died, and he did not have any children who are living. His siblings next in line to inherit his fortune. He has a sister, 3 half-brothers, and 2 half-sisters.
I have a feeling his estate is going to be huge. You know, I heard that they were going to open up Paisley Park like they did
Graceland.
Yeah.
They should. That is
Yeah.
a fantastically neat place.
What else are you going to do with it?
Right.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point. The weird part of it, and you've probably seen pictures of it now in the last few days, it really looks like an industrial building.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not fancy at all.
No.
But on the inside, it's really neat.
Yeah, and one of my friends said, "Why did he live up in Minneapolis?" And I said, "Oh, he's born in Minnesota." Oh, because I was like, "Why would you live there?"
That's not nice.
I'm sorry. Have you been to Minneapolis? It's a really cool city.
It's there was a restaurateur in town who told me that when people in St. Louis transferred to Minneapolis, they could never get them to leave. Never. Once they got to Minneapolis, they would never leave.
Huh.
Yeah, I like Minneapolis. Went up to so many concerts at First Ave. Very fun. We used to drive up there from Des Moines because, hey,
It was the big city.
Yeah.
Des Moines. Big reunion concert this summer. 98 Degrees, touring
No.
with O-Town,
No.
Ryan Cabrera,
No.
and the girl group Dream.
Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah, he had
I
one
know,
song.
remember?
And that really terrible haircut. Remember that?
Oh,
yeah.
he came in our conference room and sang for us.
He
Oh,
did?
yeah. And then he ended up dating Elvis. 2 Elvis shout outs in the Schmig. He dated Elvis's granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, the one that's on that show on Stars
Riley-
or Showtime. Riley Keough.
Yeah,
hmm He also dated Ashley Simpson.
Yep.
he did. You're still not going to the show.
No.
That's
On
Entertainment
the way
Schmig.
down.
He's still going down.
yes.
More Schmig at 8:40 and online at y98.com.